Okay, so let's speak hypothetically here. Let's say that you've got a vehicle with some sort of LS type motor, whether it's a Silverado, Sierra, Camaro, whatever it may be. You're enjoying it, you're having fun, you're starting to do some upgrades, and then you hear this ticking sound. You realize that you've been struck by one of the most common issues with these LS motors, and that is a snapped exhaust bolt. Now you have a few options. Obviously you can pull the heads off, take them to a machine shop, get them drilled out. If you're daring enough, you can try and drill them out yourself. I don't like to do that. I hate drilling into aluminum, trying to drill out a steel bolt. But if you're like me and you really just flat out don't want to pull the heads off, there is another option.
Get on it. Done. It's spa time.
So the receipt actually calls these exhaust manifold bolt repair kits. And it also says in the title, no need to remove broken bolts. But basically, real quick before we get to installing these, I'll give you a quick little overview of them. This one's the driver's side, I believe. Since the heads are Siamese, it basically just means that it'll go on, when you're looking at it, the right-hand side of the head, and then this one will go on the left-hand side of the head when you're looking at the exhaust ports. And what this one does is, you see these two holes, these will bolt into the end of the head. Like if you imagine, this is the cylinder head, those are the exhaust ports. This one will bolt to the end like that, and it'll bolt into basically like accessory drive bolts. If you were to flip the head around, it'd be like for the alternator bracket or whatever. And then what it does is, once it's bolted there, you can tighten this one, you can tighten that one, and what it does is it pushes this one up against the exhaust flange that would go right there. It's kind of a cheat, really, but it's very handy, and they're really not that expensive. For whatever reason, they're a different price. This one was $35, and the one for the passenger side is $47.20. And you can buy these a bunch of different places. These ones I got off eBay just because it's super easy to buy stuff off eBay. Anyway, the one for the passenger side is obviously a lot different. What this one will do, let me take these bolts out real quick. What this one's gonna do is, again, this is the cylinder head. This one will bolt kind of like this, I believe. Just like that. There's a bolt hole like right in there and another one right in there. I don't remember exactly where they are, but they're around there. And then this one, it'll bolt to those, and again, same concept. You just tighten that down and it puts pressure on the exhaust manifold, and then you're all sealed up. That's pretty much everything you need to know about these, so let's get to the install. Alright, now that we're out at the truck, we can get a little bit better idea of what we're working with. This shouldn't be a difficult job. It might be a little time consuming and just annoying, especially in my case or some of you turbo guys' cases, just because there might be some packaging issues. Trying to reach down around things and not get cut up on that little like firewall heat shield back there. I don't think it'll be difficult. It's probably just going to be annoying and time consuming. This side, I might be able to reach it just by taking the filter off. And the other side over here, this side should be a lot easier, but I might have to take the dipstick, like take the bolt out and loosen it and kind of slide it out of the way and stuff. But this side should be the easier side, so I'm probably going to save that for last. I don't know if that's just Fuck, that is bright. I don't know if it's just me, but something I like to do is save the easiest job for last, start with the harder one. Because I found that when I start with the easier one and work my way to the harder one, usually by the time I get there, I'm already frustrated and just ready to be done. So I usually work inversely. So I'm gonna start with the harder side, and then once I'm done struggling with that for an hour or two, I'll move on to the other side. Hopefully that won't take nearly as long, and it should be a lot easier. I was right. This side is a pain in the ass. Alright, I still gotta tighten up the mounting bolts, but that's pretty much it. It's pretty much installed. Just have to go and get a wrench so I can sneak in there. That's what it looks like. And then, like I said, you'll just tighten that bolt down. It'll clamp against the header flange. And then you're good to go. Let's get to work on the other side.
Done.
Ladies and gentlemen, bass. Redeemer full of call.
Finally done. I think I was pretty accurate. It wasn't difficult, it was just really annoying, and I think it took about an hour and a half, give or take. But before we end the video, we gotta do a before and after so you guys can actually hear the difference. I hope there's a difference, I haven't fired it up yet. And to do that, I'm just gonna be using my GoPro with a little shotgun mic on it. Hopefully it picks up the sound pretty well. It's actually a pretty decent mic that I don't use too often anymore. But yeah, everything's back together, aside from the top engine cover, but everything's back together, everything's bolted up, dipsticks together. Hopefully that doesn't leak from turning it at the bottom, but everything should be good. So we're gonna fire it up and you guys can hear the before and after. Alright, so that's a little bit of a bummer. I went back after taking that little clip and I tightened all the bolts again as tight as I felt comfortable getting them because I didn't want to snap anymore. And it still has a little bit of exhaust leak, so what I think happened is after the initial exhaust leak and I got into boost a few times, I think I started to blow out part of the exhaust gasket. So I think that's what's going on, which really sucks. I was hoping it was still good. I knew in my heart that there was a chance that part of it got blown out, but it definitely, I don't know how well it's going to show up in the video, it definitely muffled it a lot. It's not nearly as loud and obnoxious as it was, so that's an improvement. Trying to look on the super bright side here. So I guess next I'm going to have to put some exhaust gaskets in it, which isn't too big a deal, it's just annoying. I was hoping it'd be fixed, but oh well. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for liking, commenting, subscribing. Hopefully this works better for you guys than it did for me. See you next time.